In the vast and breathtaking expanses of Africa, a silent drama unfolds every day, a drama where every animal, from the most imposing predator to the tiniest insect, plays a vital role in the intricate web of life. Here, survival is not just about the hunt or the chase, but about the delicate balance maintained by countless creatures, each with their own unique behaviors and ecological roles. From the towering giraffe stretching its neck to reach the highest leaves, to the industrious insects weaving through the grass, every animal is a specialist, perfectly adapted to its niche. Each one contributes to the health and harmony of the ecosystem, whether by shaping the landscape, dispersing seeds, or controlling populations of other species. Today we turn our attention to two of Africa's most remarkable yet often overlooked helpers, the vulture and the frog. Though their worlds rarely overlap, their influence is felt across the continent, shaping the fate of countless other animals. The vulture, a master of the skies, rides the thermals with effortless grace, its keen eyes scanning the plains for the faintest sign of opportunity. Meanwhile, the frog, ever watchful, clings to the cool shadows near water, its life a constant dance between predator and prey. Though they may seem worlds apart, both are indispensable to the wild. The vulture, with its powerful beak and stomach acids, is nature's most efficient recycler, while the frog, with its sensitive skin and voracious appetite, is a guardian of water and a regulator of insect populations. Together with countless other species, they form a living network, each interaction, whether a chase, a call, or a silent vigil, helping to maintain the fragile equilibrium of Africa's wild places. Their presence ensures that waterholes remain clean, that disease is kept at bay, and that the cycle of life continues unbroken. High above, the vulture's silhouette drifts across the land. With eyesight sharp enough to spot a carcass from miles away, it is often the first to arrive at the scene of death, its arrival signaling the beginning of nature's cleanup. As a scavenger, the vulture's role is irreplaceable. It consumes what others leave behind, breaking down tough tissues and bones, and in doing so, prevents the spread of disease that could devastate entire populations of animals. Feeding on the dead, the vulture transforms decay into renewal. Its powerful digestive system neutralizes dangerous pathogens, making it a frontline defender against outbreaks that could threaten the entire ecosystem. In a matter of hours, a group of vultures can strip a carcass clean, leaving behind only bones. This efficiency ensures that nutrients are quickly returned to the soil, feeding the grasses and plants that sustain the herds. Without vultures, the land would soon be littered with rotting remains, attracting disease and disrupting the balance that so many depend on. In contrast, the frog is a creature of water and shadow. As amphibians, frogs are both hunters and hunted, their lives a testament to adaptability and transformation. Frogs thrive in a variety of watery habitats, from the rushing streams of the highlands to the still, sun-dappled pools of the lowlands. Their presence is a sign that the water is clean and the environment is healthy. Where frogs flourish, so too does life. Their skin, sensitive to pollution and change, makes them living indicators of environmental health. Their calls, echoing at dusk, signal the rhythm of the wild. Frogs are voracious hunters, consuming vast numbers of insects each night. In doing so, they keep mosquito populations in check and provide a vital food source for birds, snakes, and mammals, weaving themselves into the very fabric of the food web. The vulture and the frog, though rarely meeting, are united by their roles as guardians of balance. Each, in its own way, ensures that life can flourish, that death is not an end but a beginning. The vulture, ever vigilant, is the land's tireless cleaner, transforming death into sustenance for the living. The frog, through its remarkable metamorphosis, embodies the cycle of renewal, emerging from a tiny egg, growing as a tadpole, and finally leaping onto land as an adult, ready to continue the cycle. Both face constant challenges: drought, predators, and the ever-changing rhythms of the wild. Their survival depends on extraordinary adaptations, keen senses, powerful bodies, and behaviors honed over millions of years. By understanding their roles, we gain a deeper appreciation for the complexity and wonder of Africa's ecosystems, where every creature, no matter how small or strange, is essential. These animals are not merely inhabitants of the wild. They are its caretakers, performing tasks that sustain the entire community of life. As we journey deeper into their worlds, we will witness the extraordinary lives of these essential helpers, how they move, how they hunt, and how they shape the land around them. We will follow the vulture as it searches for food, revealing the strategies and senses that make it such an effective scavenger, and the ripple effects its work has on the savannah. We will witness the great feasts of the savannah, where predators, scavengers, and opportunists gather in a complex dance of competition and cooperation, each playing their part in the cycle of life and death. We will also uncover the secret lives of frogs, from the vulnerable moments of hatching to the mastery of hunting, and the ingenious ways they survive in a world full of dangers. Both vulture and frog face new threats in a changing world: competition, shifting climates, and the challenges of survival. Their continued existence is a testament to resilience and adaptation. The fate of these essential helpers is woven into the fate of the land itself. Their stories remind us that every life, every behavior, and every interaction is part of a greater whole, a living tapestry that is Africa's wild heart. Across the vast African savannas, a remarkable group of animals works tirelessly to keep the land clean and healthy. These are nature's cleanup crew, scavengers whose lives revolve around the remains of the fallen. At the heart of this team are the vultures, masters of efficiency and survival. Vultures, with their imposing wingspans and keen eyes, are often mistaken for hunters like eagles or hawks. But unlike their raptor cousins, vultures do not pursue living prey. Instead, they have evolved to specialize in a diet that few others can stomach: carrion, the flesh of animals that have already died. Their hooked beaks and bald heads are perfectly adapted for tearing through tough hides and reaching deep into carcasses, allowing them to access every last scrap of meat. This specialization means that vultures play a unique and vital role in the ecosystem. Africa is home to a diverse array of vulture species, each with its own adaptations. The African white-backed vulture, the lappet-faced vulture, and the hooded vulture all share the skies, each contributing to the clean-up in their own way. Some are built for tearing through tough skin, while others are experts at picking the bones clean. With their massive wings, vultures can soar effortlessly for hours, riding the invisible rivers of warm air known as thermals. These currents lift them high above the plains, where their sharp vision scans the ground for the telltale signs of a recent death. From these lofty heights, vultures can monitor vast territories, their eyes capable of detecting the smallest movement or the glint of sunlight on a carcass far below. This aerial surveillance ensures that no meal goes unnoticed and no decaying body is left to fester for long. The work of vultures is crucial. When an animal dies, its body quickly becomes a magnet for bacteria, flies, and other decomposers. Without scavengers, these carcasses would linger, spreading disease and fouling the air and water. As the carcass decays, it becomes a breeding ground for dangerous pathogens. Flies lay their eggs and bacteria multiply, turning the remains into a potential source of deadly outbreaks that can threaten entire animal populations. If these remains are left near water sources, the risk grows even greater. Rain can wash bacteria into streams and rivers, contaminating the water that countless animals depend on for survival. But vultures are swift to respond. Drawn by the scent of decay and the sight of a fallen animal, they descend in flocks, their arrival signaling the beginning of nature's cleanup operation. Working together, they strip the carcass with astonishing speed, devouring flesh and sinew and leaving behind only bones. This rapid removal of decaying matter halts the spread of disease in its tracks. Vultures possess one of the most remarkable digestive systems in the animal kingdom. Their stomach acid is so powerful that it destroys nearly all bacteria and viruses, including those that would be lethal to other creatures. This adaptation allows them to safely consume even the most contaminated flesh. By consuming diseased animals, vultures act as a biological barrier, preventing the spread of illness and maintaining the health of the entire ecosystem. Their presence is a sign of balance and resilience in the wild. One of the vulture's greatest assets is its extraordinary eyesight. Their eyes are adapted to spot the smallest details from great distances, allowing them to locate food that would be invisible to most other animals. It is said that a vulture's vision is up to 8 times sharper than that of a human, enabling them to detect a carcass from miles away, even when soaring high above the ground. Vultures are also highly observant of one another. They watch the movements of their flock, always alert to the actions of their peers. When one vulture spots a meal and begins its descent, others quickly notice and follow, creating a chain reaction that draws more and more birds to the site. This coordinated response ensures that no carcass is left unattended for long. Soon, a whole flock gathers, each bird playing its part in the cleanup. In a matter of hours, the transformation is complete. What was once a source of disease and decay is reduced to clean, sun-bleached bones, and the land is restored to health. The efficiency of these scavengers is unmatched. A large group can strip even the biggest animals down to the bone, ensuring that nothing is wasted and the environment remains safe for all. Beyond their role as cleaners, vultures are also devoted parents. In the safety of their nests high above the ground, they nurture the next generation. Many species, such as the Cape vulture, form lifelong bonds with a single partner. Together, they share the responsibilities of raising their young. Their nests are often built on sheer cliffs or in tall trees, far from the reach of predators. Here they lay a single egg, investing all their care and energy into one precious chick. Both parents take turns incubating the egg, keeping it warm and safe until it hatches. This teamwork is essential for the chick's survival. Once the chick emerges, the parents work together to feed and protect it, teaching it the skills it will need to join the cleanup crew one day. Through their dedication and care, vultures ensure that their vital role in the ecosystem continues generation after generation. These remarkable birds, so often misunderstood, are the guardians of the wild, keeping the land clean and life thriving for all who share it. Imagine a hot, dry day on the African plains. Here, beneath the endless sky, a young giraffe takes its first wobbly steps. Born into a world of tall grasses and scattered acacia trees, the calf must quickly learn to stand, for danger is never far away. Within minutes of birth, the calf is nudged by its mother, urging it to rise. The towering mother stands guard, her vigilant eyes scanning for lurking predators, lions, hyenas, and leopards, all waiting for a moment of weakness. The calf nurses, gaining strength from its mother's milk. Each day it grows taller, its legs steadier, learning to move with the gentle, swaying gait of its kind. As weeks pass, the young giraffe joins the herd, a loose gathering of adults and calves. Together they roam the savannah, seeking fresh leaves and safety in numbers. Giraffes are browsers, using their long necks and prehensile tongues to pluck tender leaves from the highest branches, out of reach for most other animals. This unique adaptation allows them to thrive where others cannot. Yet life is not without challenges. To drink, a giraffe must awkwardly splay its legs and lower its head, making it vulnerable. Crocodiles lurk in the water, and predators may be watching from the tall grass. When danger approaches, the herd reacts swiftly. Adults form a protective barrier around the calves, and if needed, powerful kicks can drive off even the boldest lion. As the young giraffe matures, it faces new trials. Males engage in dramatic battles called necking, swinging their heads like hammers to establish dominance and win the right to mate. Social bonds are formed through gentle grooming and the presence of oxpeckers, small birds that feed on ticks and parasites, providing relief and companionship. Giraffes share their world with countless other creatures: zebras, wildebeest, antelope, and elephants. Each species plays a role in the intricate web of life, their paths crossing at waterholes and feeding grounds. Over the years, the giraffe grows older, its movements slow, its coat fades, and the challenges of survival become greater. Droughts test its endurance, and competition for food intensifies. Eventually, an old giraffe, weakened by the difficult season, lays down for the last time. Its long life has come to an end. In the wild, nothing goes to waste. The giraffe's story continues, even in death. The first visitors are not large animals, but tiny flies and birds called oxpeckers, which land on the giraffe to eat ticks and insects. But high above, unseen by anyone on the ground, the vultures are already watching. One keen-eyed bird spots the large, still shape below and begins its slow, circling descent. This is the signal. Other vultures, miles away, see their companion dropping from the sky. They understand what it means and change their course to join in. Soon the sky is filled with dozens of these great birds, all spiraling down towards the same point on the savannah. They land a short distance away from the giraffe, cautious at first. They walk around, watching and waiting, assessing the situation. There is a clear hierarchy, a system of order even in this hungry gathering. The bigger, more powerful vultures will get to eat first. The air is tense with anticipation as the birds prepare for the great feast that nature has provided for them. Before the vultures can begin, however, a new animal arrives. A spotted hyena with its powerful sense of smell has also found the giraffe. Hyenas are both hunters and scavengers, and they will not pass up such an easy meal. But just as the hyena approaches, a deeper sound rumbles across the plains. A pride of lions, the true kings of the savannah, has also been drawn to the scene. The lions are the apex predators here, and everyone else must give way. They walk confidently to the giraffe carcass and claim it for themselves, pushing the hyena and the waiting vultures back. The vultures must now be patient. They sit in the nearby trees or on the ground, forming a great circle around the lions. They watch and wait as the powerful cats tear into the carcass, eating their fill. The lions can eat a huge amount of meat in one sitting, but they are messy eaters. They leave behind plenty of scraps, skin and bones. After the lions have finished and moved away to rest, it is finally the vultures' turn. The clean-up crew moves in to finish the job that the lions started, ensuring that every last piece of the giraffe is used and returned to the ecosystem. Thus, the giraffe's journey from birth to its final gift is woven into the endless cycle of life on the savannah. As the last echoes of the lion's roars fade into the golden savannah, a new cast of characters emerges. Vultures with wings outstretched and eyes sharp spiral down from the sky, drawn by the promise of a feast. Their arrival is sudden, a flurry of feathers, squawks and jostling bodies converging on the fallen giant. The scene is wild, a cacophony of beaks and wings, but beneath the chaos lies a remarkable order. Each bird knows its place in the pecking order, and every movement is a calculated bid for survival. Here, diversity reigns. Several vulture species gather, each equipped with unique adaptations, some with powerful beaks, others with slender necks, each playing a distinct role in the communal meal. The lappet-faced vultures, regal and imposing, are often the first to claim the prize. Their size and strength command respect, and the smaller birds wait, watching for their moment. With beaks like chisels, the lappet-faced vultures rip through the giraffe's thick hide, opening the banquet for all. Their efforts are the key that unlocks the meal, allowing others to join. Like master craftsmen, they create entry points, exposing the bounty within. The air fills with the scent of opportunity, and the gathering intensifies. Despite the fierce competition, a strange cooperation emerges. Each vulture, by focusing on its specialty, helps the group as a whole. The meal is shared, not out of kindness, but necessity, a delicate balance of rivalry and reliance. Soon, the white-backed vultures descend in numbers, their pale feathers flashing as they crowd around the opening, eager for their share. They jostle and squabble, pushing and shoving to reach the tender flesh. Their numbers give them strength, and their persistence is rewarded. With long, flexible necks, they probe deep into the carcass, extracting morsels hidden from less agile diners. Every bite is a race against time and rivals. In these moments, a vulture can gorge itself, devouring up to a fifth of its body weight in mere minutes. The urgency is palpable. Every second counts in this contest of hunger. Yet, even as they feed, vigilance remains. Eyes dart skyward, ever watchful for threats or the arrival of new competitors. Each vulture eats with intensity, swelling its crop with precious food. The feast may end at any moment, and the next opportunity could be days away. The aroma of the meal draws others. The scavengers' table is open to all who dare approach. Marabou storks, towering and stoic, stride among the vultures. Their dagger-like bills probe for scraps, their presence both respected and resented. With a single glare or a swift jab, they can intimidate even the boldest vulture, snatching choice morsels for themselves. On the fringes, a jackal slinks forward, eyes darting, muscles tensed. Timing its dash perfectly, it snatches a mouthful before the mob reacts, then vanishes into the grass. The feast is a tapestry of competition and opportunity. Each animal, from the smallest insect to the largest bird, claims what it can. Vultures, with stomachs of steel, consume what others cannot, bone, skin and sinew. Their digestive power is legendary, turning the inedible into sustenance. In a matter of hours, the once mighty giraffe is reduced to a pale skeleton, gleaming in the sun. The scavengers have left little but bone. The transformation is astonishing, a testament to the efficiency of nature's clean-up crew. Sated, the vultures retreat, their bellies full and their purpose fulfilled. The land is cleaner, safer, and ready for new life. What was once a source of decay is now a wellspring of energy, fueling the next journey, the next hunt, the next flight. Even the earth benefits. Nutrients seep into the soil, nourishing the roots of future grass, which will feed the herds and, in time, the predators once more. The vultures, now preening and stretching, take to the skies, searching for the next signal in the endless cycle of life and death. This shared meal, far from grim, is a symphony of survival, a vital ritual that binds the food chain together, ensuring the savannah remains vibrant, balanced, and alive. Far from the dry savannas where vultures soar, the story of transformation in the animal kingdom unfolds in countless remarkable ways. In the wet and green parts of Africa, the landscape teems with life, each creature shaped by the forces of change and adaptation. Here lives another essential animal, the frog, whose very existence is defined by transformation. Frogs are amphibians, living a double life that bridges water and land, a testament to the power of metamorphosis. Their journey begins in water, but as they grow, they develop the ability to thrive on land, always remaining close to moisture for survival. This need for moisture is a survival strategy, allowing frogs to keep their skin hydrated and functional. Frogs are among the most ancient of animals, their lineage stretching back hundreds of millions of years, predating even the mighty dinosaurs. Their continued survival is owed to their extraordinary adaptability, an ability shared by many animals that have endured through changing climates and shifting landscapes. The life of a frog is a vivid example of metamorphosis, a process seen in many animal groups, where dramatic changes in form and function occur as part of the life cycle. From a simple jelly-like egg to a complex adult, the frog's transformation is a journey of survival and adaptation. Most frogs begin life as tiny eggs, laid in or near water. where the aquatic environment offers protection and nourishment. To increase the odds of survival, a mother frog may lay thousands of eggs at once, a strategy mirrored by many aquatic animals. From these eggs hatch tadpoles, creatures that bear little resemblance to their adult forms. Tadpoles look more like small fish, equipped with tails for swimming and gills for breathing underwater. Their streamlined bodies and gills are perfect adaptations for an aquatic life, much like the larvae of many insects and other amphibians. During this stage, tadpoles feed on algae and plant matter, growing larger and stronger each day. Growth is rapid, and every day brings new changes as the tadpole prepares for the next stage of its life. At this point, the tadpole is entirely dependent on water, just as many aquatic animals are during their early development. Then a remarkable transformation begins: metamorphosis, a process that is one of nature's most dramatic survival strategies. The tadpole starts to grow back legs, signaling the beginning of its transition to land. Soon front legs appear and the body begins to reshape, becoming more frog-like. This transformation is mirrored in other animals, such as insects that undergo complete metamorphosis, changing from larvae to adults with entirely different forms and behaviors. Inside the tadpole, lungs develop, preparing it for a new way of breathing, an adaptation that will allow it to survive on land. The tail, once essential for swimming, is gradually absorbed, providing energy for the growing frog. The diet of the tadpole also shifts as it begins to eat insects and other small animals, becoming a carnivore. This dietary change is another example of adaptation, allowing the young frog to exploit new food sources as it matures. The entire process of metamorphosis can take weeks or months depending on the species and environmental conditions. Temperature, water quality, and even the presence of predators can influence the speed and success of transformation, just as they do for many other animals. At last the transformation is complete. The young frog emerges from the water, ready to face new challenges. Now able to breathe air with its new lungs, the frog can hop on land using its strong legs for movement and escape. This shift from water to land is a survival strategy seen in many animal groups, allowing them to exploit new habitats and resources. The frog's powerful legs are not just for hopping, they are tools for hunting, escaping predators, and exploring new environments. Even as an adult, the frog must keep its skin moist, a unique adaptation that allows it to absorb oxygen directly through its skin. This remarkable ability helps frogs survive in both aquatic and terrestrial environments and is shared by other amphibians as well. When underwater, frogs can continue to breathe through their skin, a vital adaptation for survival during periods of submersion or drought. The frog's life cycle, from a water-breathing tadpole to a land-living, air-breathing adult, is just one example of the many ways animals transform to survive. Across the animal kingdom, transformation takes many forms. Caterpillars become butterflies, larvae become beetles, and fish change shape and color as they mature. These strategies, metamorphosis, adaptation, and the ability to survive in changing environments, are the keys to the enduring success of animals like the frog, and a testament to the wonders of life on Earth. Section 6. The Many Faces of Frogs, Survival Specialists. Across the vast and varied landscapes of Africa, survival is a daily challenge, and only the most adaptable creatures thrive. Among these, frogs stand out as true masters of survival, each species a testament to nature's ingenuity. Not all frogs live the same kind of life. Each species has carved out its own niche, developing remarkable adaptations to overcome the unique obstacles of its environment. Africa is home to a dazzling array of frog species, from the lush rainforests to the arid savannas and wetlands. Each frog has evolved specialized skills and behaviors, allowing it to survive where others cannot. Some frogs are masters of camouflage, their skin patterns and colors blending seamlessly with leaves, bark, or mud. This near invisibility is their shield, protecting them from sharp-eyed predators like birds and snakes that patrol the undergrowth. Others take a bolder approach, displaying bright, vibrant colors that stand out in their surroundings. These striking hues are not just for show, they serve as a warning to would-be predators. The vivid colors signal that the frog's skin is laced with potent toxins, a clear message that it is not safe to eat. This clever strategy allows these frogs to remain in plain sight, protected by their reputation rather than by concealment. The diversity of adaptations among African frogs is astonishing. Each species has developed its own set of tools for survival, from physical traits to unique behaviors. The Table Mountain ghost frog, for example, is a rare and critically endangered species found only in a handful of fast-flowing mountain streams in South Africa. Its entire existence is tied to these cold, oxygen-rich waters. The tadpoles of this species have evolved remarkable sucker-like mouths, allowing them to cling tightly to slippery rocks and resist the relentless force of the current. Without this adaptation, they would be swept away before they could mature. In stark contrast, the desert rain frog makes its home in the dry, sandy coastal deserts of southwestern Africa, where water is scarce and the sun is unforgiving. To survive the searing heat, this tiny frog spends the day burrowed deep beneath the sand, where it remains cool and moist. Only under the cover of night does it emerge to hunt and call. Ingeniously, the desert rain frog gathers all the water it needs from the thick fog that drifts in from the nearby sea, absorbing precious moisture through its skin. Reproduction, too, reveals the creativity of these survival specialists. Some frogs have developed extraordinary ways to protect and nurture their young. The Cape rain frog, for instance, has no need for ponds or streams. Instead, it lays its eggs in a carefully excavated burrow beneath the earth. Here the eggs are safe from drying winds and hungry predators, nestled in the cool, damp soil. The tadpoles develop entirely within the egg, nourished by the yolk, and when they hatch, they emerge as fully formed, miniature frogs, ready to face the world above. This remarkable adaptation allows these frogs to thrive in places far from any standing water, expanding their range into otherwise inhospitable terrain. During mating, the much smaller male Cape rain frog produces a sticky secretion from his belly, gluing himself securely to the larger female's back. This ensures he remains in place as she moves through the underground tunnels. These incredible differences in form and behavior reveal how frogs have evolved to fill nearly every ecological niche across the continent. From the icy streams of high mountain peaks to the scorching sands of the desert, there is a frog perfectly adapted to its home, each one a specialist in survival. Some frogs rely on powerful legs to leap astonishing distances, escaping danger in a single bound. Others inflate their bodies, making themselves appear larger and more formidable to would-be attackers. The Maluti river frog, living at high altitudes, has even developed a unique ridge above its eye, a natural sun shield that protects it from the harsh alpine sunlight. Each frog is a small masterpiece of evolution, a survival specialist with a story written in adaptation and resilience. In the grand tapestry of African wildlife, these amphibians are living proof that nature's creativity knows no bounds. Section 7, Dangers in the Wild, Threats to Vultures and Frogs. Even with their remarkable adaptations, vultures and frogs must constantly contend with a host of natural dangers and environmental challenges in the wild. For vultures, competition with other scavengers is a constant threat. Hyenas, jackals, and even other birds of prey often arrive at carcasses, forcing vultures to fight for their share of food. Sometimes these competitors can drive vultures away or even injure them in the struggle for a meal. Vultures also face the risk of disease. Feeding on decaying flesh exposes them to harmful bacteria and parasites, which can sometimes lead to illness or death. Outbreaks of avian diseases can sweep through vulture populations, especially when many birds gather at a single carcass. Nesting vultures face their own set of challenges. Eggs and chicks are vulnerable to predation by snakes, monitor lizards, and other birds. A single predator can wipe out an entire nest, making successful breeding a difficult task. Harsh weather is another natural threat. Storms, extreme heat, and drought can make it difficult for vultures to find food and water or even to fly safely. Prolonged droughts can reduce the number of animal deaths, leaving vultures with little to scavenge. Injuries from fights, accidents, or failed landings can also leave vultures unable to feed or escape predators. Frogs, too, face a world of natural dangers. Predators such as birds, snakes, fish, and even larger frogs constantly hunt them. Their eggs and tadpoles are especially vulnerable, often eaten by aquatic insects, fish, and wading birds before they can mature. Only a small fraction of frog offspring survive to adulthood, as natural predation keeps their numbers in check. Environmental challenges like drought can dry up ponds and wetlands, stranding frogs far from water and making breeding impossible. During dry seasons, some frogs must burrow into the mud or seek shelter to survive until the rains return. Disease is another natural threat. Fungal infections and parasites can weaken or kill frogs, especially when environmental conditions are harsh. Frogs rely on camouflage and quick reflexes to avoid being eaten, but even the best adapted individuals can fall prey to skilled hunters. During the breeding season, the loud calls that attract mates can also draw the attention of predators, making this a risky time for frogs. Competition for resources is fierce. Tadpoles and adult frogs must compete for food, shelter, and the best breeding sites. Extreme temperatures can also be deadly. Frogs are sensitive to heat and cold, and sudden changes in weather can be fatal. In the wild, vultures and frogs must constantly adapt to these natural dangers and environmental challenges, relying on their instincts and resilience to survive another day. Section 8. Nature's Guardians. How animals protect each other and their habitats. In the wild, animals have developed intricate ways to protect each other and their habitats. Elephants, for instance, are known to form protective circles around their young, using their massive bodies as shields against predators. Lion prides work together to defend their territory, ensuring the safety of their cubs and the stability of their home range. Birds, on the other hand, use alarm calls to warn each other of approaching danger, creating a network of vigilance that spans across their habitat. Meerkats take turns standing guard while others forage, ensuring that their group is always aware of potential threats. In the ocean, fish swim in schools, a strategy that confuses predators and reduces the chance of any one fish being caught. Dolphins are known to protect injured members of their pod, even going as far as to support them at the surface to breathe. On land, ants exhibit remarkable teamwork, building complex nests and defending their colonies from invaders. Bees communicate through intricate dances to share information about food sources and potential threats, ensuring the survival of their hive. Wolves hunt in packs, using coordinated strategies to bring down prey much larger than themselves, and they care for their young with great dedication. Primates engage in social grooming, which not only keeps them clean but also strengthens social bonds and helps them stay alert to dangers. Coral reefs provide shelter and breeding grounds for countless marine species, creating a vibrant and protective ecosystem. In forests, trees communicate through their root systems, sharing nutrients and warning each other of pest invasions. Bats roost together in large colonies, using their numbers to stay warm and protect against predators. Whales travel in pods, with adults often positioning themselves between calves and potential threats. Penguins huddle together to conserve heat and protect their eggs from the harsh Antarctic climate. Sea otters hold hands while sleeping to avoid drifting apart, and they fiercely protect their young from predators. Kangaroos stay in groups called mobs, where they can collectively watch for danger and protect their joeys. These natural behaviors highlight the incredible ways animals work together to ensure their survival and the health of their habitats. From the savannas to the oceans, these animal-driven conservation efforts are a testament to the resilience and ingenuity of wildlife in protecting their own. Section 9, Conclusion. Why we must save our wild friends. The vulture, soaring high on thermal currents, and the frog, hidden among the wet leaves, may seem to live in different worlds, yet their stories are deeply connected. They both serve as vital indicators of the health of our planet. When vulture populations decline, it is a warning that our ecosystems are out of balance and threatened by poison. When frogs disappear, it signals that our fresh water is polluted and our natural habitats are shrinking. Their struggles are a reflection of the larger challenges facing the entire natural world, and they need our help to survive. Protecting these animals is not just about saving one or two species. It is about protecting the essential services they provide for free. Vultures are the clean-up crew that stops the spread of deadly diseases, a job that would be impossible for humans to replicate on the vast African plains. Frogs are a critical part of the food web, controlling insect populations and providing food for countless other animals. Their presence supports the entire structure of their environment. When we lose them, the delicate balance that has existed for millions of years begins to fall apart, with consequences for every living thing, including us. The efforts to save them show us that we can find better ways to live alongside nature. Building a vulture restaurant or a tunnel for toads are small actions, but they represent a bigger idea that we have a responsibility to be good stewards of the earth. It requires understanding, care, and the willingness to change our habits by choosing not to use harmful poisons, by preserving wetlands, and by supporting the work of conservationists. We are not only helping vultures and frogs, we are investing in a healthier, more stable planet for future generations of all species. Ultimately, the fate of the vulture and the frog is in our hands. They have survived for millions of years, adapting to countless natural changes. But the threats they face today, poison, pollution, and habitat destruction, are happening faster than they can evolve. We are the cause of these problems, but we can also be the solution. By learning their stories and appreciating their roles, we can be inspired to act. Let us ensure that vultures continue to soar over clean savannas and that the calls of frogs continue to fill the night air as signs of a wild and healthy Africa for all. As the sun dips below the horizon, a different Africa awakens. The darkness is not empty, it is alive with silent wings, glowing eyes, and the soft padding of paws on dew-soaked earth. Here, in the cool embrace of night, Africa's nocturnal hunters rule. The leopard, cloaked in shadow and spots, becomes invisible to all but the most alert. Using its acute night vision and powerful muscles, it moves with ghostly silence, stalking antelope and bushbuck. With a sudden burst of speed, it springs from the undergrowth, relying on stealth and surprise rather than sheer strength. Every hunt is a careful balance of patience and precision. Nearby, the African owl glides silently through the air. Its wings are specially adapted with fringed feathers that muffle sound, allowing it to swoop down on unsuspecting rodents and insects. Its head rotates almost completely around, scanning the darkness for the tiniest movement. Sensitive ears, hidden beneath a crown of feathers, detect the quietest rustle in the grass. On the ground, the aardwolf emerges from its burrow. Unlike its fierce hyena cousins, it feeds almost exclusively on termites, using a long, sticky tongue to lap up thousands in a single night. Its large ears and keen sense of smell guide it to hidden termite mounds, while its gentle steps barely disturb the sleeping savannah. The bat-eared fox, with ears as large as its head, listens for beetles and crickets underground. It hunts in pairs, communicating with soft barks and whines, working together to flush out prey. Its diet changes with the seasons, showing remarkable adaptability to the shifting African night. Meanwhile, the African civet prowls the undergrowth. Its striped coat blends perfectly with moon-dappled shadows. Omnivorous and opportunistic, the civet's sensitive nose leads it to fruit, eggs, and small animals. It plays a crucial role in dispersing seeds, helping to regenerate the forests it calls home. Above all, the night is a stage for interactions, predator and prey, hunter and hunted. The thick darkness provides cover but also demands extraordinary senses. heightened smell, acute hearing, and the ability to see in near-total blackness. These adaptations are the key to survival, honed over generations in the world's oldest wilderness. In this hidden world, the drama of life and death continues, unseen by the day. Each nocturnal hunter is a guardian of balance, keeping populations in check and ensuring that the cycle of life never stops. When the first rays of dawn touch the land, Africa's night hunters retreat to their secret shelters, waiting for the darkness to return. In the heart of the African night, survival is a silent, beautiful dance, one that keeps the wild alive long after the world has gone to sleep. As daylight returns to the savannah, a new set of survivalists comes into focus, Africa's camouflage experts. These animals are the illusionists of the wild, blending seamlessly into their surroundings to evade predators, ambush prey, or simply move unseen through a landscape alive with danger. The chameleon is a master of transformation. Perched on a slender branch, its skin shifts from leafy green to mottled brown, mirroring the textures and hues of its habitat. This remarkable ability isn't just for hiding. It's a silent language, signaling mood and intent to other chameleons. With turret-like eyes that swivel independently, the chameleon scans for both food and threats, remaining almost invisible to all but the sharpest eyes. On the forest floor, the African leaf-tailed gecko becomes a living shadow. Its body is flattened, edges jagged like a torn leaf, and its skin is patterned with veins and speckles. When it presses against bark or leaf litter, it is nearly impossible to spot. This disguise keeps the gecko safe from birds and snakes, allowing it to hunt insects by night. Among the grasses, the serval cat crouches low. Its golden coat, marked with black spots and stripes, breaks up its outline, mimicking the play of sunlight and shadow. The serval's long legs and stealthy steps let it vanish in tall grass, where it listens for the rustle of rodents and birds. Its camouflage is both shield and sword, hiding it from lions above and allowing it to strike unseen. In the wetlands, the African jacana steps lightly on floating lily pads. Its chestnut plumage and streaked neck blend into the reeds and water reflections. When threatened, it freezes, becoming a motionless patch of colour among the plants. Nearby, the Nile crocodile lies submerged, only its eyes and nostrils above water. Its rough, mottled skin mirrors the muddy banks, waiting for unsuspecting prey to approach the shoreline. Even the smallest creatures have perfected the art of disguise. The stick insect clings to a twig, its elongated body and knobby legs indistinguishable from the plant itself. Predators pass by, unaware of the hidden snack in plain sight. Camouflage is more than colour, it's pattern, posture, and patience. These animals use every trick in the book, from changing skin tones to mimicking leaves, bark, or shadows. In the wild, being invisible can mean the difference between life and death. Africa's camouflage experts are silent survivors, shaping the eternal game of hide and seek. Through their mastery of disguise, they remind us that sometimes the greatest strength lies in simply not being seen. Across Africa's vast landscapes, a hidden language unfolds, one spoken without words, yet rich with meaning. Animals here rely on a dazzling array of sounds, signals, and subtle movements to share information, warn of danger, and nurture their young. In the early dawn, the lion's roar echoes for miles across the savannah. This deep, thunderous call isn't just a show of power, it's a boundary marker. By roaring, lions tell rivals to stay away and reassure their pride members that they are near. Each roar is unique, carrying information about the lion's identity and strength. Nearby, a herd of elephants moves silently, but their communication is anything but quiet. Elephants use low-frequency rumbles too deep for human ears to send messages through the ground. These vibrations can travel several kilometers, alerting distant family members to join a gathering or beware of danger. With a gentle touch of their trunks or a flap of their ears, elephants also express comfort, reassurance, or warning. In the treetops, vervet monkeys sound the alarm. With sharp, distinct calls, they warn each other of approaching predators. Astonishingly, each call is specific, one for leopards, another for eagles, and a third for snakes. The monkeys respond differently to each signal, showing just how precise their vocal language can be. Birds fill the air with melodies, but their songs are more than background music. The lilac-breasted roller performs acrobatic dives and flashes its brilliant wings to attract a mate. The African fish eagle's piercing cry announces its presence and claims its stretch of riverbank. Even the tiny honey-guide bird uses a series of chatters and whistles to lead honey badgers to beehives, benefiting from the leftovers once the hive is broken open. On the ground, body language speaks volumes. Giraffes entwine their necks in gentle sparring matches, testing strength and social bonds. Zebras flatten their ears and swish their tails to signal irritation or warn of biting flies. Meerkats stand upright, scanning the horizon, and use a complex system of chirps and growls to coordinate foraging and alert each other to threats. Colour and posture play their part too. The puff adder coils tightly and hisses loudly, warning would-be predators to keep their distance. The Agama lizard bobs its head and flashes a blue throat patch to signal dominance or attract a mate. Even the flick of a wildebeest's tail can hint at agitation in the herd. These extraordinary conversations shape every moment in the wild. Whether it's a warning cry, a courtship display, or a mother's gentle nudge, African animals are constantly sharing, listening, and responding. Their language may not be spoken, but it is deeply felt, woven into the fabric of life itself. Across Africa's wild landscapes, some of the continent's most remarkable creatures are not the fastest runners or the fiercest hunters. They are the builders. From treetops to riverbanks, a hidden world of animal architecture is constantly at work, shaping the environment in ways both subtle and profound. High in the acacia trees, the sociable weaver bird constructs one of nature's most ambitious homes. Working together, dozens, sometimes hundreds, of weavers weave dry grasses and twigs into massive communal nests. These structures can weigh over a ton and house generations of birds. Each nest is divided into chambers, offering warmth during cold desert nights and cool shelter from the scorching sun. The thick thatched roofs keep out predators, while the communal design fosters cooperation and safety in numbers. Nearby, the hammerkop, a medium-sized wading bird, is a solitary builder with an eye for detail. It gathers sticks, reeds, and even bones to construct a gigantic domed nest, sometimes measuring up to 2 meters across. The hammerkop's nest is so sturdy that it can even support the weight of a human, though it is built only for the bird's family. The nest features a hidden entrance and is often lined with mud, feathers, and even bits of plastic or cloth scavenged from the environment. These enormous nests are so inviting that other animals, like genets and snakes, sometimes take up residence in abandoned structures. On the banks of rivers and lakes, Nile crocodiles demonstrate a different kind of craftsmanship. Female crocodiles scoop out shallow pits in sandy soil, carefully covering their eggs with vegetation. As the plants decay, they generate heat, incubating the eggs. The mother stands guard, fiercely protective, and when the hatchlings are ready, she gently carries them to the water. In this way, the crocodile's simple but effective nest not only ensures the next generation's survival, but also shapes the ecosystem by recycling nutrients into the soil. In the dry savannas, termites are the ultimate engineers. These tiny insects work day and night, constructing towering mounds that can rise over 6 meters tall. Made of mud, saliva, and chewed plant material, termite mounds are marvels of natural engineering, with intricate tunnels and chambers that regulate temperature and humidity. The mounds provide shelter not only for termites, but also for snakes, lizards, and even large mammals like aardvarks, who find refuge in their cool interiors. Each of these nest builders contributes to the fabric of African life in unique ways. Their constructions offer shelter, safety, and breeding grounds for countless other species. By shaping their environment, these animal architects play a vital ecological role, proving that in Africa even the smallest creatures can leave the biggest mark. Beneath the shimmering surface of Africa's great rivers, a hidden world thrives. a world defined by connection, adaptation, and the delicate balance of survival. Here, every current carries stories of life and death, and every ripple is shaped by the creatures that call the river home. At dawn, schools of tiny fish dart through sunbeams, feeding on drifting plankton and algae. These small swimmers are more than just survivors. They are the foundation of a complex food web, nourishing larger fish like the powerful tigerfish, whose silver scales flash as it hunts with lightning speed. The chase is relentless, but for every predator there is always another, waiting in the shadows. Crocodiles lurk near the muddy banks, their ancient eyes breaking the water's surface. Patient and motionless, they wait for the perfect moment to strike. Perhaps a catfish straying too close, or an unsuspecting antelope pausing for a drink. Yet even the mighty crocodile faces its own challenges, as scavenging fish and opportunistic birds are quick to claim any leftovers, ensuring that nothing goes to waste. Above the water, the riverbanks bustle with life. Agile otters slip between rocks, searching for crabs and snails, while kingfishers hover before diving straight and true, snatching fish from the shallows with surgical precision. Each animal has carved out a unique niche, adapting to the changing rhythms of flood and drought, feast and famine. Hidden among the reeds, frogs and insects form another vital layer of the river's web. Their calls fill the air at dusk, drawing hungry bats and birds. When the rains come, the river swells, carrying nutrients across the floodplain and awakening dormant eggs and seeds. New life explodes in all directions. Tadpoles wriggle in temporary pools, while dragonflies emerge, their shimmering wings catching the golden light. Even beneath the mud, unseen engineers, like freshwater mussels and worms, filter and clean the water, recycling nutrients and keeping the ecosystem in balance. Their quiet work supports every link in the chain, from the smallest microbes to the largest hippos grazing at water's edge. In the river, lives are intertwined. Predator and prey, builder and scavenger, all depend on one another. It is a world without waste, where survival hinges on adaptation and every creature plays its part in the symphony of life. Here, in Africa's rivers, the web of life is ever-changing, fragile, resilient, and endlessly connected.